Thank you guys for tuning in to today's program. My name is Hira Maina, aka Kamuhunjia, and God bless you for tuning in. And today is not just any other day, because by the way, we are in the month, the second month of the year, that is February. And of course, most of our fans are from US, Canada. I always say that February is the last month of winter, so najua saa hii baridi imetulia kidogo, but thank you. By the way, I always appreciate those who watch Kamuhunjia show wherever you are, in US, Canada, Sweden. I get a lot of messages from you guys, and not forgetting even Kenyans. May God bless you for that. And today I want us to start the show with a very famous quote, and I read, it was once said by Kapil Tetawal. He said that the choices we make today create the future that we are dreaming of. And this is basically meaning that the future that you want today is always and will always be determined by the choices that you make today. And that is why today we have the one and the only incoming governor of Muranga County, Irongo Nyakera, and indeed he is the incoming governor come August 2022. Na tulisema Murang'A, watu wa Murang'A ni watu wa nguvu sana, na nema watu a Murang'A turemie gukumia.
Amen.
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 Ni kazi, yeah. Kuchapa kazi.
Ni kuchapa kazi.
Kabisa.
Hakuna kitu ingine.
So habari ya mheshimiwa?
Mzuri kabisa. Very happy to be here with you today. Let me also say thank you to our viewers for taking their time to listen to us. And I also love your quote. There is also another quote that I love. It's by Nelson Mandela. And it says exactly what you're saying, but it says, let our future be driven by our hopes, not our fears.
Not our fears.
Yeah. So now, when we think about tomorrow, we should think about what can go well, not what can go wrong. Yeah, and that way can only happen when you have the right leaders. When you know that the driver on the seat is not asleep.
Yeah. He's awake.
He's awake. He's sharp. Yeah. Na ameangalia gari kabla itoke, akajua iko na mafuta imetosha na grease inatosha, then you will not be fearful about the journey. You will actually be very hopeful about where you're going. Yeah.
Okay. We thank you for coming to Kamuhunjia show, and may God bless you for that. So as we start, naweza taka uangalie hii kamera, utuambie majina zako, tukujue zaidi, ulisomea wapi, umezaliwa kaunti gani?
Asante. Asante sana. My name is Irongo Nyakera, and I'm born and bred in Muranga County. I was born in a small village called Kamagoko, up in the Abadias in Kiru Ward. And there my mom passed away when I was as a very young boy. I was 8 years old. So from there I was raised by my grandmother. And we were raised, our farm is tea. And really from there I got some sponsors who educated me through school, through primary, through high school. High school I went to Starehe Boys, where I also did well with my KCSE. I was admitted to pursue medicine at Nairobi University. But somehow destiny didn't really mean for me to do medicine. So immediately we had started, I was given another scholarship to attend Deerfield Academy for my post-graduate in the US. So it was, of course, my first time to travel outside the country. And was very exciting, just to appreciate the cultures and to appreciate what really goes on out there, and what makes their country tick when ours isn't. And the one thing about me is, all along as I was in the US, I always felt the need for me to come back home. After I finished Deerfield, I was then admitted to universities. I got into the top schools, got into Harvard, got into Stanford, got into Brown's, the Ivy Leagues, and scholarship, full scholarship. Again, I decided to go to Stanford University, which I graduated with a bachelor's in engineering, in industrial engineering or management science and engineering, and a focus on finance and economics. Then from there, I went to Wall Street, where I started at Citigroup, which was investment banking, as an investment banker. I did that just briefly before I was moved again to London. Again, Canary Wharf, still investment banking with Citigroup. Shortly thereafter, came back to Kenya, where I was only coming for a very short time because I was supposed to go in to do my MBA MPP program, Masters of Business and Masters of Public Policy, where I had been admitted in the US. But then, as luck will have it, when I was at NIC, my boss passed away. Yeah. So nikaambiwa, wewe endelea na hii kazi. And within a year, I had become general manager, became a managing director within the group, and I was a very young man. That time I was 27.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And from there I kept working. Got another job with DFID, affiliated company in the UK. So I moved back to the UK, where I was in charge, regional director covering 18 countries in Africa. From there, moved back here, came back to Equity Bank, where I came in still as a managing director within the group. And after Equity, because we did a lot in Equity, that is when actually now I got a call telling me that the president is looking for my CV. And me, I'm thinking, mimi kijana ya shushu, from the village, yeah, the president is asking for my CV, yeah. And which I gave, and I was made to be PS. That time I was 33.
Yeah, I remember you were the youngest.
The youngest.
PS.
Yes. And when you become the youngest, it's always very challenging because everybody is looking at you as though you do not have the right experience.
Yeah.
The people in public service are like, how are you telling them what to do? Yet they've been there for 30 years. They have seen so many PSs, many of them older, who have come and gone. But I was steadfast and I stuck my guns and I really did work. We delivered on so much. I'm the one who did the SGR from Mombasa to the end. I'm the one who covered the LAPSET, the construction of the port. It had stalled. I'm the one who did the direct flights, as a policy. The one that you see at JFK, we started it on my desk, and we worked very hard for it to be seen through. I started so many things, even this, I had the new generation cards, So all those things I did when I was in government. But then after I left government, that's when then I picked up on issues of the farmers. Initially, we started off with a fight for tea farmers. And it was a very tough fight because we were involving cartels who have money, who have traditionally they have linkages all the way to the highest offices in this country, and we were fighting them, and we won. On coffee as well, we picked up the same fight on the coffee side, and we have also won on that as well. For me, one of the things that I do is, since I was educated for free, I also educate children in high school. I have about 171 kids in my foundation. I have Irungu Nyakera Foundation. Yes. And
maybe you can tell us, when did you start the foundation?
I started the foundation, registered in 2018, but I started the activities themselves around 2015, around there. That's when I started the activities for the foundation. And I've been educating these children, and I want to continue regardless of politics, because I think that's the right thing to do. Because when you see someone whose future and aspirations have been cut off because of lack of education, then that pains me. I think we need to put everybody on an equal footing. Everybody needs to have an opportunity. And really that is my purpose. That's what I believe in. Yes.
Maybe you can tell us when you came out of the government, what inspired you maybe to vie for the governor seat in Murang'a?
Actually, I've always been interested in running for governor. Actually, let's say my wanting to run for governor is the reason why I was removed from government because there were interests for other people who felt, oh, maybe I should run, and this young man is here saying that he will run. So I've always said I'll run for governor in Murang'a. And it's because I'm a manager. I've told you about my journey, and I've always been a manager. What people didn't understand about devolution is that the head of the county as a governor, their role, it's an executive function. Their role is actually to take care of an economy. It's like as president, just a small president. Your job is to take care of the economy, is to understand the plight of your people, is to understand the issues, the challenges, and then seek solutions. Ultimately, to put money in their pocket. Ultimately is to see how do you grow this economy from what it is currently to twice, 3, 4 times. And then how do you also then now start putting in place structures to protect the vulnerable, the poor, the disabled, the children, the elderly. Those ones now you have to come up with structures to safeguard their existence. It's almost like a welfare, but then for you to be able to do that, then you have to have good systems that then where you are able to collect money, but also to empower your people.
And speaking of, we have seen how you I've been following you, and I've seen how your initiative is helping the people of Murang'a, especially the student that you're educating, the poor people in Murang'a, the farmers. They have really benefited, especially when we talk about those who are growing tea. And maybe you can tell us when it comes now to the youth, because I think the majority of people who may be lacking motivation, they are, yes, unapata mtu amesoma lakini hana kazi, ni youth, and you being a young person, and venye umepitia, you have a journey as a young person, unaweza ambia youth wa Murang'a nini?
For youth, you see, the biggest challenge for youth is joblessness. Once the youth becomes employed, their fortunes change. So the key thing is how do we give jobs to youth? All the others are symptoms, the effects of the joblessness. If it's alcoholism, drug abuse, it's because they don't have jobs, they don't have something to do. If we are saying youth are not getting married, it's because they have no money, they have no jobs. If we are saying that there's issues of insecurity, of they're going into these gangs and all this, it's issues of lack of jobs and opportunities and money. So we need to give youth jobs. The first thing for us to get them jobs is technical training. We need to skill our youth. A young person needs to be able to say, I am into media and film. I have a certificate in wiring. I have a diploma in crop husbandry. You see, I'm a painter. I am a carpenter. I am a welder. You see, as once a youth is able to say that, it means even the opportunities they'll be looking for are in that space. And those jobs are there. And they actually, about 84% of the jobs created by the economy are blue collar jobs on an annual basis. So as long as it's the market that then should dictate the training that we give our youth, which means then our polytechnics, we need to bring them back. They are now under the county. We need to fund them. We need to even create, potentially, create cottage industries around those polytechnics. So I know if the polytechnic is in Kamahoha, what do people in Kamahoha do? They do farming of bananas. It's big and all that. So do you have something around tissue culture? Do you have a way that we can actually make create banana flour? Do we have an industry that we can develop around that? And once you develop an industry, you're creating jobs across the value chain. If it's banana, who is giving them seedlings and suckers? Once they harvest, who is transporting that banana to the field? Once it is there, who is marketing it? Who is putting it in the online store? Who is packaging it? So you see, that's how you create jobs. And that's what we need to do with our young people. So for me, for youth, all I can commit to them, I will skill them and I will help them get jobs. The other place for us to get jobs for young people is through investors into this county. We do not have enough investors. So if we can get stakeholders, partners and investors coming into Murang'a County, that means jobs for our young people. If a factory is set up here, whatever the factory is for, even if it is for making boda helmets, it will employ our youth. If it is a hotel that is created pale karibu Ndakaine, it creates jobs for our young people. So for me is to ensure that we encourage people with incentives to come and set up shop here in Murang'a. And of course, finally, for young people, it's youth and sports and talents. I love sports and talents. I'm the one who was sponsoring, who brought back the Murang'a Football League with FKF. About 3 years ago when I went to FKF, we sat down, we partnered, we created an MOU and started the Irungu-Nyakera Murang'a County League. And it has grown. It is now very big. It has about 28 teams now. We started with 16 teams. The next year I did 24 teams. Now it's 28 teams. And now they're even paying for themselves on most of the things. So it just shows that people are passionate about something, about sports. They are passionate about talent. Let's help nurture that, because that is what young people want. Because once a skill, a talent is discovered, even in terms of comes an opportunity for them to make money.
Indeed.
So that's what I'm looking forward in young people. We have our border sector, which has a lot of young people. But I keep asking, why do we always have to go buy parts from China? If we have 7,000 bodas in Murang'a like we do, why aren't we setting up something here to serve those 7,000 and serve all the other neighboring counties? If it is helmet, if it's boda parts, that can then enhance it. Then these boda young people in Murang'a, we say Kamuigi Koyagatiri. Is to say many people coming together are able to do great things. I would want to help them create circles, for them to invest, to pull money and to invest as one, in these many groups. That way they start empowering each other and they start empowering the young people.
And Mheshimiwa, of course, that one, many people know that you have done a lot for Murang'a people, yet you're not in the seat. Especially for even single mothers. There's an interview that I did last week with Sharon Motuko, and alikuwa anasema venye you have inspired so many even single mothers outside there to even come out, speak, and alikuwa anasema mpaka kuhusu mandizi. You know how they can even start earning. Unajua they are especially right now kuna shida za marriages, unapata watu wamekosana and unapata sasa ni yeye analea watoto wake. Maybe you can tell us what you can do for single mothers, especially those who maybe mabwana wameacha responsibility to take care of their child or children.
You see, my mother was a single mother. So I was brought up by a single mother, and so I know the challenges that single mothers go through. A responsibility that was supposed to be taken care by two people, it is now taken care of by one. So emotionally it drains them. Financially it completely finishes them. So for me, we'll be looking at how do we first take off some of the burden of these single mothers. And that's why I've been talking about how even in my foundation I focus more on educating the children of single mothers and orphans, so that you can take off some of the challenges that they have. Secondly, it's opportunities. You see, they are business people. You'll find that they are very good in business, and they're also very focused because they know that they are the primary caregiver of their children. Yeah, so they don't joke around. They know that if they fail, their child won't eat. Yeah, so I would want to encourage and bring them together. Yeah, in their groups. Or individually, so that even if it's with the county to even start giving businesses to them and to their groups, so that they can start earning. Whenever we are doing something like we are purchasing or we are have some programs, we prioritize such the single mothers because there are very many in this county. Some of them, they are single by choice. So for me, I never say that it's a problem. Yeah, because once you're single by choice, that's up to you. Nobody should come to tell you this or that. Yeah. So all we can do is to find ways to actually support them. Financially is the biggest problem for them, and that is something that I understand, having been a son of a single mother. Yeah.
So tukimalizia because of the time, maybe you can tell us kuna watu hao wenye wameretire, wengine waku wana makazi, the elder people. Farmers tumeona, of course you have done a lot when it comes to farming and agriculture, all that, but kwa hawa watu wazee, wao watajipata wapi?
See, for me, I actually, there are a number of groups of people that I find to be very useful. One, retired teachers. Yeah. 2, retired nurses. 3, retired religious people in the religious space. We need a lot of counseling in this county. We need a lot of community work. We need a lot of support for social programs. These are all people that I would actually be willing to come up with programs of putting them back to work. Yeah, because I believe by them working, they'll actually be able to uplift our society. Then there's another group of retired the people who've retired, like the civil servants or from private sector. What we need to do for those people is to provide them with funds to start businesses or to support their businesses. Because I usually say these older people have more experience in running businesses. Yeah, they know what can work, what can't work. You see, as young people, sometimes we are also a bit green. Yeah, so we try, before you succeed, you've tried a number of times. So if we can be able to fund some of these older people from a pool of funds that we bring together, that they can be able to draw from, they will create businesses that will still employ our young people here. Yeah, and those young people will also have another fund for young people that exist in the national government, which now they can be able to draw once they get the experience from these businesses. So I would actually be very keen in actually supporting business people and the retired people into investing in this county. Yes.
Wow. Kuna watu walikuwa wamenituma. I have a lot of friends from Muranga County. Na you know, I'm a media person and kuna mtu alikuwa ameniuliza nikuulize when umeshaingia hapo, especially we have been seeing so many artists in Kenya suffering, especially during the pandemic. Unapata they are living like hand to mouth. Maybe wewe unaweza fanya nini kwa wasanii, musician, actors, because unapata wanapata tu pesa maybe kwa pia tu kwa TV na si ati ni pesa yenye iko. Maybe how can you grow maybe the film industry, especially in Muranga County?
See, for me, I keep talking about arts and talent. Yeah, because I believe that you see, when you think of the Western world, artists make a killing. The musicians, the media people, the movies, you see, they make a lot of money because it's appreciated. So we need to make people understand that artists is a profession. So that someone doesn't call you anakuambia come for my show, then anakuambia nakupatia ngiri mbili, na anaona amekusaidia. No, they need to know that you're making a living out of that's your talent, that's your skill, that's how you make your money. So on one end, I saw some initiatives that had been started in Gatanga of creating a music studio, the one for the recording, and I think it's just been completed.
Wow.
But I would want us to have a few more within the county. I know what Tamko Sacco has been doing here at Keno, where they're building a very modern building with facilities for artists to be able to utilize. There are two things which you can do for them. One is support them in finishing that program and project. Two is giving them business once they have it. And then also bringing artists together. Because you see, one thing for me I always advocate for is people coming together, because and investing together. Because when you bring your 100 shillings, I bring my 100, the others bring their 100s, we have 500.
True.
That 500 can go much further than my 100. And our returns will now be enhanced. So we need to be encouraging the way that way of investments with these circles. So I would then the other is to look for opportunities for them. So that's what we need to do. Just empower them, because artists are very useful, and that's why even during the COVID crisis, you had the president giving them money. Money.
Tulitumiwa, I was one of them.
Yes, you received some.
I received some.
And the idea was let them, because they entertain people, they make people actually feel inspired.
Very true. Now as we come to the conclusion, unaweza sema nini kuhusu parties hizi zenye watu wanasimama nazo? Unaweza sema something about it?
Yes. I would say that currently there are probably two major political formations in the country, and I'm not in any of those formations. I'm actually the national chairman of Farmers Party of Kenya. And what I'm asking Kenyans is, let's think about the leaders that we're electing. Let's think about their character. Let's think about their passion. Let's think about their track record. Let's think about their manifesto as individuals.
Not the party.
Not the party. The party will have MPs from every constituency, but every constituency has very unique problems, has very unique challenges. So if we think that we'll give the same party all the MPs from everywhere, then we'll have failed. If we think we'll do the same for governors, we will have failed. Let us be selfish for once. Let's start looking at, we will elect the person who will help us. Not the person we are being told, not the person who's the loudest, not the person who's able to sing the best, but the person whose agenda, whose track record, whose passion meet ours.
Si ati ni kusema ati just because huyu ni wa hii party ati sasa nitachagua kutoka huko juu mpaka chini.
Exactly.
Is
if that individual fails, you will not go to the party headquarters. You will be saying this individual has failed us, and you'll have 5 years to live with that failure,
to live with that
poor individual. So let us be very careful. Let us focus on actually bringing a new form of leadership into this country. Let us deliver it. We keep saying, oh, this country is poor, it is that one, it is developing, but it is there because of us. We do not think about tomorrow. And that's why from when I started, I said, let our future be about our hopes and not our fears. And for it to be about our hope, we need to have the right driver on this bus.
So words zako za mwisho sasa kwa watu wa Murang'a?
Once again, thank you very much for having time for this interview today. I would really say that for the people of Murang'a, I have a big plan for Murang'a, and the plan is not from me. It is from interacting with the people of Murang'a. I am a grassroots person. I interact with everybody, the mama mboga, the farmer, the mkokoteni guy, the shopkeeper, the professional, the lawyer, the doctor, the teacher. I interact with all of them. So when I say that I understand the issues and the challenges of the people of Murang'a, it's because they were the ones who've told me. And for me, I can commit that once I get that seat, once I am elected as governor of Murang'a, I will not change. I will ensure that the next 5 years will be putting Murang'a back on the map of economic development. We will be putting Murang'a back at where people used to talk about Muranga in a very, in a way to thinking it is like heaven on earth. That is my plan, and that is my commitment to the people of Muranga.
Kabisa, thank you, and also we appreciate also finding time to come to Kamuhunjia Show. We thank you for that, and guys, thank you for watching Kamuhunjia Show. And remember, as I was saying when I was starting the show, that the choices we make today will determine our future tomorrow. So if you want a good future, it is good you make the right choice right now, so that you can be able to enjoy your future and that of your generation. And watu wa Murang'a, kama kawaida, tulemie gukumia. God bless you till next time. Bye bye.